Let me tell you a tale. A pony tale. This is the tale of a pony, very talented in magic, who, over time, became bitter and downright evil. Her misguided attempts led to her trying to take over in a very horrifying manner, but she was defeated by Twilight Sparkle and her friends. Despite her evil actions, the main six decided to forgive her and allow her into their clique. She decided to work hard to better understand friendship under the guidance of her new friends, thus becoming a beloved character of MLP. That character was Sunset Shimmer, and she was doing it before it was cool.
I never thought that I would find
You don't like her, nope. I don't like her one bit.
Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here. Yeah, I finally got around to watching Season 6, and like most of you, I still hate Starlight Glimmer, and I really want to talk about it. But why? In a show filled with so many great characters, why are we casting Starlight as one of the bad ones? Well, you can't start a conversation about Starlight Glimmer without mentioning Sunset Shimmer. One of the things I care most about any story is the characters. MLP has created some amazing characters and does a great job keeping them who they are while allowing them to develop. Not only does it do that, but almost every character in the show stands out on its own, even the bad ones. So it really ticks me off when a story tries to take the easy way out and clone a personality like they did with Sunset Shimmer. It's just straight up lazy. But I know what you're thinking. You're absolutely right, Shady. I agree with everything you say because you're so smart and charismatic. I watch all your videos and buy all your artwork. But if you have an evil, stupid twin, they're probably saying this. Come on, Shady. Starlight might have some similarities to Sunset, but it's just a coincidence. No, shut up and stop disagreeing with me. And your non-evil twin is smarter than you. Stupid. Both characters are supposed to represent some sort of forgiveness. But not only did Sunset do it first, but she did it right. Sure, her fall was horrible. Most things about the first Equestria Girls movie was horrible. But her rise to forgiveness was legit. Where's the punishment for Starlight? Sunset had to rebuild a school and re-earn everyone's trust. Starlight's just chilling in the castle and was instantly forgiven by every pony. Even the ponies in our town are just like, meh, she's sorry. I guess that's okay. In a show filled with forced happily ever afters, this is just contrived on a shark jumping level. Not to mention, it's always annoying when a character is rewarded for bad behavior. I'm sure there are plenty of magic students out there who didn't start a cult and almost destroy Equestria, and would love to be the personal student of the Princess of Friendship. Like this guy. But nope, those students didn't show initiative. Starlight is being rewarded specifically because she impressed the princess when she tried to destroy her.
That Starlight must be pretty magical.
She obviously has more talent for magic than almost any pony I've seen. I still can't believe you're letting me stay here as your pupil after everything I did.
Do we not see how much backwards thinking this is? Also, Twilight and her friends chose to forgive Sunset when they could have easily outcasted her like everyone else did. Starlight suddenly becomes powerful enough to duel Twilight. The Alicorn can't defeat Sunset, so she has no choice but to be nice to her. Understanding an adversary doesn't work if the characters have no choice but to do it. At least not in this manner. What if Twilight could have defeated Starlight? Then she'd be locked up in Tartarus like every pony else who tried to destroy Equestria. But nope. This one is too strong. She might actually succeed. We had to talk her down and not lock her up. And speaking of Starlight suddenly getting more powerful, what is up with this character's continuity? Starlight started completely different than what she is now, both in the fandom and in the show. Originally, everyone in the fandom loved Starlight. Why? Because she was a confident and really well thought out villain. And the best part was, she wasn't really powerful. Sure, she learned a spell that allowed her to disable an Alicorn, but she was dangerous because of her ability to manipulate people. Basically, she stood out like most of the characters in the show do. If character is the first thing I care about, continuity is the second. So once again, it really ticks me off that the show just forgets everything to do this nonsense.
My magic couldn't stop her. I had to convince her to stop on her own. studied that spell for years!
Before, Starlight was shown to be no match against Twilight's magic and could only defeat her by outsmarting her and catching her off guard. Suddenly she can fight the Princess of Magic on an even playing field? Yeah, I remind you that this is an alicorn she is fighting. Before, she was able to manipulate an entire town into believing her made-up philosophy. Suddenly, she can't lie to Twilight without fully giving herself away.
Did something happen to you after I left for magic school?
No! I don't see what that has to do with anything. Why would you even ask that? Out of the question. A pony with a different cutie mark in our midst would destroy our entire philosophy. We are all equal here.
Where in the mess is the continuity? This character is not this character. This, not this. Good character, bad character. Winner, loser. Also, her hair looks stupid now. But the biggest problem with Starlight is her freaking backstory. Whether you like the old Starlight or the new Starlight, this backstory sucks. Now, I'm sure your evil twin is screaming at me right now. Oh, I hate it when people complain about Twilight's backstory. People really do lose their friends, and it is really sad. Yes, you genius. We all realize that. Starlight's backstory isn't bad because it doesn't happen, but the exact opposite. It happens to pretty much everyone, and we all get over it. You know why Moondancer gets so much sympathy? Because she went through a relatable situation that is very difficult to come back from. Even if you went through what Moondancer did and you came out in a positive way, you can understand that it wasn't easy to do so. Starlight's situation is way too common and way too simple to be proper motivation for someone who started a cult. This is like a child not being able to go outside because of bad weather, so they grow up as an evil dictator trying to destroy bad weather forever. Yeah, to most people, that's how stupid it is. I mean, this exact thing happened to Apple Bloom and was completely glossed over. Why? Because it's not that traumatizing. When season 5 ended, I was sure I was going to hate Starlight, but there have been plenty of events that people thought would ruin the show for them, so I decided to keep an open mind. Now that we're in season 6, it's not getting any better. The show wants me to care about Starlight, but I don't. I just don't. Every time I see her on screen, I'm just seeing a character who hasn't earned any of the things she has. She hasn't earned any pony's forgiveness. She hasn't earned being one of the main 7. She hasn't earned jack squat. And instead, I wind up caring about every pony else that's on the screen. I was more concerned for Trixie than I was for Starlight and No Second Prances. Shoot, I cared more about Sunburst, who had a minute of screen time before his episode. Some people thought Alicorn and Twilight would ruin the show. Some thought losing the library would do it. In my opinion, this is something that's bringing the show downhill. Starlight is the biggest failure of Friendship is Magic. They had a villain, a really good villain, but in what seems like an attempt to cash in on something that was popular in their own series, they completely changed everything about her. We already have Sunset. We don't need this. I hate this. I hate Starlight. What's worse is, I don't know how the show can fix this. They have Starlight now, and the show has made it clear that she's a part of the main cast. The only good way I see this is going to end is if they flat out drop Starlight from the show. But even then, that'd be bad from a storytelling standpoint to pretend a character is going to be important only to drop them. So let's recap. Originally, Starlight was a really good and unique character. Then she was suddenly rewritten to be a Sunset Shimmer clone, destroying both her own character and her own continuity. Her backstory is pathetic, but despite all of this, she's allowed to be a main character and is given all sorts of treatment and attention by the story that she doesn't deserve. Maybe I'm wrong. And Starlight's change has nothing to do with Sunset. Even if that is the case, there's still no reason to destroy Starlight's character and ruin a really good villain. If she gets a freaking throne and Sunset does it, I'm going to have some nasty words. It's probably going to happen. There's an empty space there. But what do you guys think? Is Starlight Glimmer a bad character or is she a good character? Maybe you think she's bad, but not nearly as bad as I made her out to be. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. But really, Starlight Glimmer sucks. So much. This has been Shady Doorags. So long, farewell, avita say, goodbye.